Michael Schumacher health shock claim, F1 legend not bedridden. The F1 legend, who is one of motorsport's greatest living drivers, having won 7 world championships in his career, is currently recuperating in a £50 million mansion in Switzerland. Details on his condition have remained sparse since his accident on December 29, 2013, with his wife and immediate family demanding secrecy over his condition and treatment, while the world of motorsport longed for updates. And the shock news this morning will be a boost for racing fans. And while he is said to not be bedridden, reports claim the motorsport hero has received constant nursing care and supervision, with the costs of care and physiotherapy costing the reported £50,000 per week. According to Sportsmail, Michael's father Rolf confirmed that the racing legend was inside a Swiss mansion, putting paid to rumors that Schumacher had been transferred to a £30 million holiday home in Mallorca that his wife bought earlier this year. With Schumacher's condition and progress are shrouded in secrecy, the new reports also put paid to rumors that the Ferrari driver was in the US receiving specialist care at a brain trauma unit in America. The new revelations are as yet unconfirmed. The report says Michael is living with his close family in the main body of his house rather than in an outbuilding. It also goes against previous rumors that an outhouse that functions as a specialist medical facility had been built as his family home. Sportsmail claimed the building work began before the accident occurred and that the new extension was meant his widower father when he stayed. Michael's family, who are preparing to celebrate Michael's 50th birthday on January 3rd, have so far not commented on the speculation. 5 years on from the Michael's accident, updates on the motorsport hero's condition have remained sparse. In the run-up to the 5-year anniversary of Michael's traumatic accident, Schumacher's wife, Karina, thanked well-wishers around the world for supporting the family through a difficult time, but described her racing legend husband as a fighter. Mrs. Schumacher said to Hamburg composer Sascha Herchenbach, "I would like to sincerely thank you for your message and nice gift that will help us through this difficult time. It is good to receive so many kind wishes and other well-intentioned words, which is a great support for our family. We all know Michael is a fighter and will not give up." And earlier this month, Michael's driving teammate Sebastian Vettel told media how he missed his friend. Speaking in German magazine Blick, Mr. Vettel spoke of how a conversation with the legendary sportsman would help me extremely as he continues his quest to win the F1 World Championships. When asked if the Ferrari driver still misses Michael, Mr. Vettel said, "Yes, that is still true. Michael has spent many years in Ranello, Ferrari headquarters, and his spirit keeps hovering over the team. With Michael I would now speak the language of the driver and not the technician. That's why talking would be extremely helpful." "Because with Michael I always had a great relationship anyway. Yes, I miss him." Stepbrother, Sebastian Vettel, who like Michael started his career in kart racing before moving into Formula race categories in 1996, spoke about his respect for the racing legend last week. He described a sporting legend as a very good friend. He told VIP.de, "I already did motorsports before I met Michael, but Michael was always an idol for me and at the same time a very good friend." Mr. Vettel said, "Having motorcyclists in the family at all was a huge honor, and sometimes I thought, is that real? He always inspired me with his incredible ambition." Next news: Michael Schumacher's dad reveals F1 legend scoffing rumors about condition. Dad Rolf answered claims that Michael had moved to £30 million holiday home in Mallorca, such as the legendary status of Michael Schumacher, that fans are desperate for any information on the F1 legend. The German hit his head on a rock while skiing in the French resort of Méribel on December 29, 2013. Since then his family have kept his condition private. He currently resides in a £50 million mansion in England, but rumours were rife earlier in the year that could change. In January it was said that Schumacher could be moved to a luxury home once owned by Real Madrid president Florentino Perez. The 7-time Formula One champion suffered life-threatening injuries in the accident in 2013 and has a team of medics to look after him. The property is valued at £30 million, £27 million, and has a main residence of 3,000 square meters and includes 2 large gardens and 2 swimming pools. There is also believed to be enough room to land a helicopter. The local mayor even said, "I can confirm officially that Michael Schumacher will come to settle in our town." The place, surrounded by solid walls, has many advantages. It is located on a promontory, a part of which becomes a small precipice, which makes the property inaccessible to prying eyes. However, according to the Daily Mail, the move hasn't happened. When they visited the town of Gland, Michael's father Rolf confirms that the Formula One ace was inside, scotching rumours he had moved to the £30 million holiday home wife Corinna bought in Mallorca. That also disproves another rumour, that the German was moving to a specialist brain trauma hospital in America, has also not happened. Schumacher was holidaying with friends and family in the French Alps when he suffered a severe head injury while skiing on December 29, 2013. He was airlifted to Grenoble Hospital requiring immediate neurosurgical intervention and underwent 2 life-saving operations. Schumacher remained in a coma, with doctors describing his condition as extremely serious the day after his admission.